Hello everyone, I'm Rob Smith, the Smith of the Black here with the Strat Time Report, and what we got here, SPY's starting to come in a little bit. So I was out yesterday, we've been taking Mondays off just because of the environment and it's summertime. JJ sitting in for me on Monday. So we had yesterday, outside day, upper left. Right, we slightly take that out to the downside, but one of the things you'll hear me talk about a lot is minding the 60, right? And the 60 SPY, and the 60 is a major signal. So you can see here yesterday, SPY opens, dumps, takes a slight lower low, and then boom, 2-2 reversal, 2 down, 2 up, right? And so we can take that because we know outside bars exist. These three became an outside bar of that. And if you just walk it up to 60, boom, 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 you caught the whole move yesterday. A real nice move yesterday. Then today, gaps down, right? It was an inside day. Here, you can see this, how it poked up a little bit. You can take that. That would have been a 2-2 reversal to the upside. But when it comes back into this range, you just get out. Because then you can wait for it. 2 up, 2 down. Boom. These become an outside bar of all that. You see? And so that's how you can catch these chunks out of SPY. Oftentimes when we open and I'm talking about 3 and 5 minute charts, they're all going to be the same, but people get a lot of FOMO. And I'm like, if you just wait back on the 30s and 60s, you can see that you got the chunkers of the moves for the week. Now we have a new 60, opens on the high and just starts dumping here right on the 60. So SPY still heavy. If we go to QQQ, and Q's also outside day trying to take that to the downside. Hold on, SPY. QQQ, you can see this yesterday. There was your 2-2 hammer reversal right there. It came all the way and took all that stuff up. Here you can see how it went 2 down, then took out the high. You could have taken that, but you get out once it gets back into this range. And then 2 up, 2 down, boom. These became an outside bar of all that. New 60 coming. So Q's trying to take out last week's lows, all right? Inside week to the downside, so that could get us a little bit more. As of right now, though, still an inside day, so I want to see if that breaks. If we go to the Dow Jones Diamonds, and Dow Jones Diamonds trying to take out yesterday's lows, and here you can see it was inside on the 60, down, 2, 1, 2 continuation, right there. See that? Okay, small cappers. Small cappers just dumped right out the chute. Small cappers inside week to the downside. Still handling inside month, but getting closer to that downside now that you have an inside week break, right? So I always want to be aware of those inside week breaks. So we had some strength that's been fading ever since the opening. We had some drugs trying to come up here a little bit, like Bristol Myers. Up a little bit, but then you can see it fades right here. And Johnson & Johnson fade. Goes up, fades a little bit. Merck. So we also had the XLV. Still staying positive, but you can see like a lot of things starting to fade here, right? So that was your Johnny Johns and your UNH here, still trying to stay near the high. So selected strength, as you can see here on the weekly, the 2 down by stopping all these guys out. You can see that. It's like, oh, here's my support level. Boom, took all those guys out, and then boom, 2-2 reversal back to the upside for UNH. If we go to ANTM. And just 160 up with everything cratering down, so that tells us maybe Humana, which we know is in trouble on the monthly, but still fighting back just a little bit on that is the XLV type of stuff. We go to PODD. PODD holding gains here. You can see that taking out yesterday's highs, last outside month to the upside, so still staying a little sturdy there as PODD. Little guy, VRPX. And VRPX, and here you go, this is a real nice one. The 2 up, the inside 212 measured move above this. 956 spiked up to 15. We'll see. Now you get stuck in this mother bar. We'll see if you get another inside 60 for whatever's going on there. SPY trying to go to the lows as I speak. Diamonds go to the lows as I speak. We'll get to the things getting hit here in just a second. APP now getting stuck on the 60. Just a nice little rev strat here, and you can see this here. The outside day. The inside day, the poke down, boom, rev strat, 1, 2, 2, back into an old 3. So we might get some more stuff out of this. We'd let it set up though. If we go to the apes, AMC, Starting to fade a bit now, but did try and take that inside week to the upside. So we're keeping an eye on this thing above 37.15. You're still there right now, so we're setting up the Rev Strat month as well, but we got plenty of time on that month. If you go to GLBE, and GLBE was on the gappers and pokes down and then boom, takes off. And now new 60. Right, so it hasn't reversed yet, but you can see there's an outside bar, which means that once you have an outside bar, even though the day is green, you can take this, the 2 up, 2 down, because if they're willing to sell down and pay up, they might do it again. So you don't have a reversal off that just yet. Probably getting close to stopping you out if you caught it there, though. If we go to Moderna. Now, here, inside 60, pokes down. This would be Rev Strat to try to tick up here, but you do have some problems with the overall market here. But a back above 395 here would get my attention here in the next hour, because you do have this 2-2 day, but we'll see, because you can watch that with BNTX. But things coming down here. You can see SPY still heavy, and the sectors are heavy. Like when you're looking at all the sectors, you can see exactly who's heavy. And you can also look at Amazon. Still an inside day, but still fading because it took this month down. Right? We knew we were watching this below 3306.98. You're down to 3241. All right, that's a problem on the month for Amazon. Still struggling over there. And we have the gap list in the morning, and sometimes you can just stay on that for a while. Groupon still going ever since this reversal here. Boom. Right? No higher high in the daily. You can walk this all the way down into oblivion. Right? That's real nice. You get something to get cut in half on your short side. If we go to retail XRT, and XRT just taking out last week's lows, and taking out yesterday's lows, but you can see bright red on that. XRT having some issues there. That's going to give you a bunch of retail. RH, still an inside week, right? But this would get worse below here. 670.84 would take out last week's lows. So right now it opened on the highs and still trying to drive lower. If we go to Lulu, inside week to the downside, 212 weekly reversal, which causes the monthly to go red. So anytime all these are red, full time frame continuity to the downside and starting to fade right on this new 60. If we go to VFC, and VFC, another inside week to the downside, full time frame continuity to the downside when you're red on all time frames. Right? And that's the importance of the new week, because we started off and we always want to reconfirm or negate what's going on here. And so you got full time frame continuity to the downside. Inside 60 pokes up a little bit, now starting to fade. Things hitting new lows here. SPY going to the lows. Q's trying to go to the lows. If we go to Land's End, having a rough day here. 2 up on a Monday, and then boom, 2-2 on a Tuesday. That's something we definitely look for, and that gives you the outside week. Still an inside month, but red on all time frames. Land's End, LE having some problems. If you go to Target, yes. Shooter counters hammer week. 2 up, 2 down, boom. Red on the month, finally coming in a little bit, firming up a little bit on that 60, but we'll see if that sets up again. SPY going to the lows with most sectors coming down. PLCE, and PLCE, once again, what we look for on a Tuesday, poke up on a Monday, that's a 2 up, and then boom, these two become an outside bar of that. Might get worse. Still green on the month, but we can override that because I can't tell that these buyers are here when the 60, the daily, and the weekly are all red. If we go to Tesla's, on the week, last week's slight poke up, that's a 2 up, and then boom, 2-2 reversal on the week, coming down, potential outside month, right? So Tesla having a rough one after yesterday's 3-2-2, the outside day, the poke up, boom, these two became an outside bar of this, and if that works, that triggers that weekly. Might get worse, because now outside bars exist, and you could be an outside month if they want to keep hitting that. If we go to Boeing, the Dow Jones, And Boeing on the week, inside week, pokes up, boom, rev strat downside 1, 2, 2. Still just sitting there on the month, but you can see having a rough day yesterday and following through. That's another thing we look for, right? We look for those reversals, and we look for anything going in the same direction for Monday and Tuesday. That means you had sellers in there on Monday, and they came back today, right? That's something I definitely want to know about. If we go to the SMH, SMH having some problems, taking out last week's lows, potentially outside month to the downside. And you got this inside 60 poked down, but then tried to recover. But you can see that new 60. That's something we'd want to know about. Now they're still hitting them. So you can go to like AMAT. And AMAT, inside bar, day, pokes up, boom, rev strat day to the downside. And if that works, potentially an outside month. That's a problem. Is that a problem? It is, especially after last week's 2-2 weaker here. LRCX the same. Last week we knew about that, and now still coming down. Finally, we get our outside month out of LRCX, and you can just go down the board here at Texas Instruments, having some problems. Rev strat 1, 2, 2, bam, which takes out last week, sets up the outside month. Still hitting them. Q's, you're going to stay inside data, you're going to take that out. Looks like we're going to look to take that out. QQQ with the weakness in all the semis. If we go to Triple D, and Triple D faded from up into here. Now going after the weekly low. That would be 2-2 reversal on the week. Below 27.40. You're there right now. Off the outside, inside 60, down. 312. That tells you to look at SSYS. Also having some issues here. If we go to some of the Bitkerners, SI coming down. And SI, there's your 3-2 week to take that out. These two become an outside bar of that, which potentially gets worse. Remember, trying to take these guys out, but then fail. Boom, coming down. You can watch your Riot blockchains or all that kind of fun. Riot coming down. You got Mr. All that kind of fun, because one of the things you want to look at, we got also home builders coming down, and you can see this getting hit, changing the month red, going after last week's lows. On Home Depot, gaps down, now just kind of sitting here. We can watch your lows here, getting hit a little bit worse, now inside on the 60, but taking that shooter counters hammer month down, taking all these guys out. And how's the other guys, the actual builders? DHI having a problem here. Once again, this is what you look for on a Tuesday. Monday takes out some highs. Tuesday takes out the low. Boom, there's your 2-2 reversal, because that changes. Here was the opening of the week. And so when you take this out, that's going to change this back red. Right? That's something I'd want to know about. You trap all these guys on a Monday, and then you come slam them on a Tuesday. And if that works, it's going to give you that outside week over there. How's Toll Brothers? Toll Brothers the same, having some issues over there. So sectors having some problems. They came into some drugs and stuff like that early, but that was about it. And ever since then, bringing them down. You've also got Sava. And Sava, still inside week, and still inside month, but you can see nice percentage move to the downside. We'll see if that continues. So you got weakness across a lot of these sectors, and so always looking to see who's going to firm up and take us back up. Right now, if there's anything, it would be some of this healthcare, but that's all starting to fade with the market coming in. SPY, remember to mind your 60, right? It gave you all of that, and it's giving you all of this. All right, that's 2 nice days right there. All right, that's going to do for today. I'm Rob Smith. This is Mr. Black here at CP Group, the Strat Time Report.